How's it going everyone? It's time for another Black Ops 2 weapon guide. Last time we took a look at a veteran of Call of Duty from Modern Warfare 2, the Scar H. So today we're going to take a look at another weapon that Call of Duty fans are going to remember from Modern Warfare 2, and that's the Vector K10. The Vector is that futuristic and cool looking submachine gun that was first introduced to Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 2. It was probably meant to be included in Modern Warfare 3, since it was equipped by a character in the MW3 teaser trailer. But it now returns in Black Ops 2 as the Vector K10. And I think it fits in perfectly in the game with it being a futuristic theme, and you can't argue that the Vector has quite a futuristic and conceptual design. The Vector is another one of those submachine guns that you get pretty early on at level 16, but in my opinion this one's not quite as powerful as that MP7 or the PDW57, both of which were unlocked a few levels earlier. So let's jump straight into this guide and take a look at some of the Vector's general features. Just like most of the submachine guns, the damage figures come in at 33 to 18, which equates to that 4 to 6 shots to kill. With most of these high fire rate weapons having those damage figures, the only thing that really separates them is the various ranges. Aside from the PDW and the MSMC, the Vector maintains a pretty good 4-shot kill range, with it being just behind the MP7. Beyond this, it doesn't retain its 5-shot kill range for very far, so it'll be soon requiring those full 6 shots to kill. Unfortunately, the recoil of the Vector is quite erratic, and it kind of strays off in all directions on an upwards tangent. But just like most of the submachine guns, it's got pretty good iron sights, so it's not a weapon you really need to use an attachment slot to equip an optic for. So moving on, let's take a look at some more detailed stats for the Vector in Black Ops 2. Unfortunately, the Vector loses out to the MP7 yet again in terms of its mag size, with it only weighing in with 36 rounds as opposed to those 4 extra at 40 rounds. I guess 4 rounds isn't really that much, but at the end of the day it could mean the difference between securing that 1 extra kill. With the extended clip attachment, this 36 rounds increases to 48 rounds, then just like the MP7 it weighs in with a fire rate of 937 rounds per minute. Although just behind the MP7 in terms of reload time, 1.9 seconds is still pretty good. Then just like the rest of the submachine guns, it comes with a 0.22 second aim-in speed and that full 100% movement speed. So just like we discussed with the Scar H, with that returning from Modern Warfare 2, the Vector is another weapon that's not a patch on its Modern Warfare 2 counterpart. Back in MW2, the best features of the Vector was it had the combination of the highest fire rate while maintaining the lowest recoil. In Black Ops 2, that Scorpion Evo definitely takes top spot in terms of fire rate, but giving the Vector K10 the lowest recoil in the pack would have made it a seriously competitive weapon, instead of it being yet again another mediocre weapon that's kind of outshined by some of the other choices. The Vector K10 in Black Ops 2 can be best compared to the MP7, both of which weigh in with that 937 rounds per minute fire rate. They both require those 4 to 6 shots to kill, but with the MP7 being able to reach out to slightly further ranges. Then we've got the MP7, which just pips the Vector to the post in terms of mag size with those extra 4 rounds, and that couple of 100 millisecond faster reload time. All these differences are only very slight, but combined it does make you wonder why choose the Vector over the MP7. But if the Vector came in with that lowest recoil out of all the SMGs, instead of it being the MSMC, it would have given it the perfect reason to choose this weapon over those other choices. But with all that said, it's definitely not the worst SMG out of the lot, and you can certainly go to town and perform really well with this weapon. If you're the sort of player that likes to avoid those mainstream weapons like the MP7, then the Vector might be the perfect choice for you. Like we mentioned, it's not that far behind in its stats, yet it's a weapon that you hardly see on the battlefield. So if you did want to play around with the Vector in game, then here's my recommendations of an attachment configuration for your Vector K10. With the Vector having quite a decent fire rate, it means it's quite easy to exhaust your magazine. So using that extended clip attachment is going to boost that mag size up to those 48 rounds, which is going to put it just ahead of the MP7's standard 40 rounds. It's a shame you do have to use an attachment slot to remedy this, but at least it's going to give you those opportunities to spray down multiple bad guys and get those nice multi-kills. The main drawback of the Vector is that erratic recoil, so we can help tame this slightly with the foregrip attachment. Yet again, it's a shame you have to use these attachment slots to fix this weapon, but at least both these attachments are going to enhance the Vector's performance. Then if you wanted to run the primary gunfighter wildcard, there's a couple of other attachments that you might want to consider. The laser sight is always useful for any submachine gun, just to give you that increased hipfire accuracy to mow down players at close range. Otherwise it's always difficult to turn down the suppressor. While it will result in you needing 6 shots to kill, you do get those benefits of staying off the radar and that reduced muzzle flash, which is going to help make using those iron sights much easier. Beyond this, there's not really much else to consider. The iron sights are pretty decent enough not to require an optic, so you might as well put those extra points towards perks to enhance your character's ability. So that's about it for my guide to the Vector K10 in Black Ops 2. As always, if you're a fan of this weapon, or if you just enjoyed my video or learned anything new, I'd love a thumbs up down below to help spread the word and give my videos some more widespread exposure. If you've just stumbled across my videos, don't forget you can subscribe, stick around for plenty more of these Black Ops 2 weapon guides. And let me know down in the comments if you can think of any special class setups for my other video series that this weapon would be particularly suited for. Also, let me know what you think to my idea of having this weapon as the lowest recoiling SMG in the game. Do you think it'd make it more competitive and as a result give it more widespread usage, or do you think it'd become borderline overpowered? Don't forget you can also come and say hello on Twitter or Facebook. Links to both profiles are down in the description. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.